I gotta admit, TikTok users are kind of disgusting, right? Lately, they've been posting a lot of very weird stuff. If you know, you know, right? If you've been using the site at all, then you probably know what I'm talking about. But that being said, I like TikTok's sense of humor. Their users, right? You know, it used to be the app where people would go there and they would upload videos of themselves singing and dancing and whatnot. And now it's just anything goes, right? It's just the most random stuff ever. But yeah, they're pretty funny, right? Ever since they added like stickers to their comment section where you can upload like, little images and whatnot, I think they're pretty funny. The people there, they have a sense of humor. But it can get a little out of hand sometimes because if you've been on the site in the last month or so, you know something about someone named Tom Pearl. I'm gonna be talking about several things today, but first off, we're gonna be talking about Tom Pearl. If you don't know who Tom Pearl is or why he has aura, essentially he's a super inappropriate person he made poop videos, and back in 2002 he got arrested for owning illegal child material. Back in 2002, he got arrested for it, and somehow he's free. He's on the registry, right? But he's still alive, right? There's been rumors that people have been saying that he's dead, that he died or something. He's still alive. You can check his records. He's alive and well. They're updating his bug shots, right? He's alive. But people are kind of glazing the guy on TikTok. They're kind of like being like, oh, he has aura, right? And making edits of him, like the AI edits, right? Where he's like silver and like it's got like the laser eyes and whatever. He's like, oh yeah, Tom Pearl. I'm Tom Pearl, guys. I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I guess it's kind of funny, right? But if you actually watch the videos, which I have not, and I don't intend on doing that, but if you do watch his videos like on a regular basis, why, right? And why are you posting the videos on online, right? There's people uploading the videos on TikTok and on YouTube. It's pretty gross, to be honest, right? And people will get mad if you say something bad about him, as if he's some like A-tier celebrity. I think it's what's A-tier, right? As if he's some kind of celebrity, right? Or he's some kind of singer, like he's Michael Jackson or something, right? I don't even know. But he is a registered predator, by the way. He owned illegal CSAM material of children back in 2002 and he got arrested for it. So this guy's not worthy of being glazed, despite the poop videos. I mean, even that's not worthy of being of glazing, right? That's disgusting, to be honest with you. But I guess the jokes are a little funny, right? Like, oh, ironic, right? But really some kind of psyop because there are like little not little, they're pretty big Discord servers and Telegram groups that they all get together, they all congregate, and they just spread their like furry material all over the internet on like every single corner that exists. So I don't know why they do that. I don't see the reason in doing that, but they do it, and that I don't know. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But they're putting that everywhere. And there's just a lot of gross stuff on TikTok, right? A lot of gross things. A lot of gross things. There's also like animal abuse videos. Not like super extreme videos of like a cat being killed. Not like that. But it'll be like plecos, right? You know, Lab Germ. There was an account called Lab Germ where it would copy videos from the Chinese version of TikTok where they have a lot of videos of themselves, a lot of like videos of some like doctors or whatever. They're performing weird experiments and like surgeries on pleco fish, which is a species of small fish. It's a fish. And it's considered an invasive species. I don't know why, but it just is. It's an invasive species. It does something bad to the environment that I don't know what. And it's an invasive species. But still, I mean, it's like the kind of stuff that they're doing in these videos. They're like dissecting them, they're cutting them in half and then tying them putting them together with another fish. It's pretty gross if you ask me. I don't know. And obviously it's getting criticism, rightfully so, because it's kind of weird. I mean, this is future serial killer behavior. I don't care if it's an invasive species. Nobody cares if it's an invasive species. Why are you doing that? There's no purpose in it. You're not gaining anything. You're not doing experiments. You're only doing this for views. And the people on TikTok are just copying the content off of the Chinese version of TikTok. Right. So both of them are complicit. It's pretty gross. And they put like this, like really the smug commentary over it. It's nasty, right? There's no purpose, and it's not like, oh my goodness, I'm traumatized. It's not like that, but it's just like, why? Like, what's even the point of that, right? And if you're willing to go to that level, then who's to say you're not willing to go to this level, right? Do something even worse. Because if you upload like an image or a video of a cat being tortured, because cats are they are considered an invasive species because they kill entire populations of birds, they kill native animals, they are considered an invasive species. And yet they're all over the place. People love cats, right? And stray cats, people don't do anything about them. They just get out and then they populate and then they fight with each other, right? In Greece, there's all these cats everywhere. Yes, there's stray cats everywhere. And, nothing's really being done about that, right? Because cats are just like universally beloved symbol, right? Because people just like them. And if you tell the Pleco watchers, because there's a lot of glazers in those comments as well, where they go like, oh, it's an invasive species, so why do you care, right? It's a funny content. And then if someone brings up the fact that cats are also considered an invasive species, so why is it not okay to kill them, but it's okay to kill the plecos? They won't give like an actual reasoning. They'll just be like, oh, because cats are tough or whatever. Silly cars or whatever. Silly cars. Your voice. You used your voice. You used AI. You used AI. You used AI. Me to the ice. Me to the ice and to the AI. Dance if you hate the AI and let's. This is all the TikTok comment section, by the way. I'm being serious. And that's a genuine impression of what I'm seeing or what I'm noticing. And it's satire sometimes, but sometimes it really isn't it. That's where all the jokes came from. I prefer my ice. You've seen that comment? That's TikTok, right? And they've grown out of it, right? Shorts commenters, it is true that they are behind on a lot of stuff because they don't get a lot of jokes that are like common knowledge on TikTok and on Instagram. If you comment something, they'll be like, oh, they'll take it at face value a lot of the time. Meanwhile, TikTok commenters, they see a obviously satire comment and they take it seriously. They see it as something that is like genuine, right? But I don't know. It's a lot of gross stuff. It's a lot of gross things, and also a lot of pornography online as well. Where people they're just posting images and the ads, right? All the ads are just goon bait. That's why you use ad blockers, right? I'm never turning ad block off. I'm never turning the ad block off because there's a lot of weirdo companies that they just advertise whatever slop game they want people to play, and they just put goon bait on it so that people click on it more. And it works, right? There was recently a case or a trend on Facebook Marketplace where someone was struggling to sell gym equipment, and they just used AI to add like attractive models. Obviously AI generated, they're fake, but they use AI to put them basically Photoshop them onto the gym equipment so that people will buy it more and they'll be attracted. And what do you know? It worked like a charm, of course, right? So these companies, they're just going to keep doing the same thing. Oh my goodness. Got a lot of allergies and whatever, man. Pollen. Anyways. Oh, just weirdos in general. Lots of degenerates, lots of creeps. Because, also a lot of pedos as well. Lots of PDF files. Because there's also like people argue online on whether fictional depictions of illegal child material should be considered bad or not. I obviously think it should be considered bad. Lolicon content, whatever, right? But a lot of people, I've seen the far right and the far lefters do this. Both of them seem to like equally agree with each other. One thing that they can agree on is that they like lolly content for some reason. I don't know why. Personally, I think it's probably just either that they are very terminally online degenerates, or it's some kind of psyop. It's some kind of, Zionist psyop. I don't know. But it's something. It's something. It's unnatural. It's gross. It's disgusting. And you are a pedophile. And I might make a future video talking about that, why it's obviously pedophilia. And, there's no argument on that. But anyways, there's a lot of horrible, disgusting stuff on TikTok and on the internet in general. But still, I think it's a pretty funny site. Back in 2019, 2020, the humor was really garbage, right? It was just like lip syncing. I want to be Twister. You guys remember that slop? Yeah, that was TikTok back then. What was the other one? Green juices. Hit or miss. How did the song go? It was a diss track on. Was it Mia Khalifa? Was it diss track on? Hit or miss. Guess I never miss. Yeah. Play with the balls like it's FIFA. You know that song, right? Oh my goodness, that was such a garbage era of TikTok. Oh man, that song is kind of funny. I have to. It was kind of a funny song, right? But I mean, the one video is like the lip syncing, cornball stuff, cornball, right? And that one guy, I don't know what his name is, but it's like, oh, so what's your first name? Robin. Last name DeBank. Oh, so you're Robin DeBank, right? People have been clowning on him. Yeah, just making edits or whatever, just because it's corny, right? I don't know. Yeah, old TikTok was garbage. Old TikTok was such trash. And nowadays, the humor has improved a bit, but because there's much more people on it, it's kind of sloppy. It's a little sloppy. The American version, I don't know what the other versions are. I assume it's the exact same because there's, a lot of Russian users on TikTok. Surprisingly, you'll be scrolling and you'll come into Russian TikTok or German TikTok, the German side, and they got funny memes as well, right? I think they're pretty funny. They got like similar humor, but that's being said, that's pretty much all I got to say about TikTok. Let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, questions, all of that. And with that being said, subscribe because I got more videos coming up. Yeah, get out of here.